Fishing has got to be the worst skill in the game, apart from foraging. Let's be honest, foraging is literally the worst. But today, I'm hopefully going to explain to you the easiest way to progress within fishing. I mean, you still need to get to level 27 before it becomes even remotely fun, but I'm hopefully going to get you there pretty goddamn quickly. Now, obviously, to get to level 27, you're going to need a lot of fishing XP. So, get yourself some fishing minions, get them laid out. You may have to do a little bit of fishing. Craft yourself a rod. It's a bit of string and some sticks. It's not hard, right? Craft you up some fishing minions, place them down, and let them do a lot of the work for you, and then make sure you collect them, right? Because you're going to get a load of stuff. But fishing XP also can come in the form of clay. So get yourself some clay minions, chuck a couple of them down. They'll help you out. They're going to get you that little bit of XP that you don't need to grind for. You could save yourself many, many hours. Obviously, once you got XP, we're going to need some armor. So you want to be starting yourself off with the salmon armor. All you need is a few enchanted raw salmons, make up your salmon helmet, gives you a bit of sea creature chance, and you've got your first set of armor. I mean, it's not that difficult. It's quite simple. All you do, again, you can let these guys do it, or get yourself a basic rod and sit and fish. But Ribbons, where do we fish? I'll tell you. For me, my favorite place to fish is over here in the spider's den. If you come through the little portal, as you come through, head on up over to here, round the back of the building, and as you can see, there's a little pond, and you just start to fish. It can take a while. It is a long one. I recommend sitting down, putting your feet up, get a cup of tea, bang on Netflix, and, well, buckle up really, because you're going to be here for some time. Until you get to level 27, where you can kind of fish relatively quickly, you're going to be here for a while. After you've got your salmon armor, what you want to be doing is heading over and getting yourself some sponge armor, right? Sponge armor, I'm not going to lie to you, is probably one of the harder ones to get, purely based on the fact that it requires a heck of a lot of sponge. Enchanted wet sponges, which require enchanted sponges, which are from normal sponges. These things are really expensive. They are insane. I've got two and I've been fishing for quite some time and not been collecting them, but there is a way we can make this easier for ourselves. If you're on a normal account, just buy it from the bazaar or the auction house. I don't know which one it is. I'm an Iron Man, but you can buy it for money. But if you're like us and you're on a normal account, take yourself back to the hub. Inside the builder's hut, you'll find the builder. Give him a message, go to varieties, and you can buy your sponges and wet sponges. If you max this out, I think you can get roughly 2 wet enchanted each and every day. I think that's how it worked out. And as you can tell, you do need quite a few of them. So yeah, the sooner you start that grind, the better. And then once you've got that one, the next one you want to work towards is your shark scale armor, which is what I'm wearing right here. This is what you're after. Some shark scales, helmet, and all the rest of it. It is pretty darn good. I've obviously swapped out my boots because I've got into lava fishing. So this one is quite easy to get. It's not difficult. It's more of a waiting game. But unfortunately, we do require the marina events to be able to progress in it, where you go in head and you fish up your sharks. Again, I go to the spider's den, and then what I do is I used to run around with a little sword and I would steal everybody else's. I'm not gonna lie, I would just go and be a bit of a thief, and I would just go and get hit, get a bit of loot share, and hope I could do it myself, because my fishing was taking so long to get literally anything to fish. Yeah, you don't want to be missing out on that. So make sure you're loot sharing. If you can steal from people, guess what? Do it. It's really easy. But obviously, once you've got an armor set, you're going to need to get yourself a lovely looking rod. The first rod we're going to start off with is the challenging rod. All you need is a fishing rod and an absolute ton of lily pads. There is no easy way to get lily pads. I really wish there was. I spent way too long trying to get lily pads, but this is an offer I send to you. In the description below this video, there is a link to my Discord. Join us. We do fishing parties, we do raid parties, we do bits and pieces together. I tend to host them or work them together, and we do bits and pieces. That is genuinely your best bet, because the only way to get it is really through loot share, because if you're doing it solo, you're going to be here for years. I'm not going to lie to you. It does become pretty darn painful. And as you can see, each time you go up in the rods, it gets progressively worse and even worse, and then eventually you get to somewhere decent, which is the Rod of the Sea, which again, you require the shark fishing event in Marina. When she turns up, oh, is she good. But you grind these out, get yourself the good rod, and you are on to an absolute winner. Granted, I think you'll be level 27 to be able to use the gear, so again, trust me, you'll get the levels before you get the gear. Unless you're on a normal account, then well, crack on. But if you're Iron Man, you're a little legend. Keep it going. Now let's talk about pets, right? They are not that difficult. There's only 3, I believe, to truly focus on. The first one is over here. If you are starting out fishing, head over to the beautiful, the wonderful birch biome. It is glorious. Look at it. Birch. Best wood in Minecraft. Factual statement. You want to come over here and you want to start fishing. Over time, you will get squids. You will eventually, if you get lucky enough, drop a squid pet. Level your squid. It gives fishing wisdom. It means you're going to get more XP as you go along. This will be your first fishing pet because it will get you the levels you need to be able to progress further within the game, okay? Focus on the squid. So come up into the park, the birch park, the beautiful wood park, chuck your rod in and sit here and fish yourself up a load of squid. Obviously, once you've got your squid pet, it is time to move on up and grab yourself the next pet, which is going to be your ammonite pet. This one is slightly more difficult to get because you do need to be in the crystal nucleus. I got mine from doing nucleus runs, which if you've got any questions on how this place works, check out the linked video at the end. It's another beautiful video about me babbling on, but this one is all about mining. Isn't that fun? But your ammonite will be the one that you will use when you're lava fishing or any other fishing. The perks it has is literally my go-to fishing pet. I use it for 99.9% of everything I do. This is my main one, and as you can see, it is so damn close to level 100. Yeah, I've been fishing a lot, so it does take time, but boy, is it good. Well worth it. And the last pet we're going to talk about is the Megalodon. This pet drops only in the marina events. So whilst you're here fishing, make sure if you see a great white or tiger sharks, you get in, get a few hits, get some loot share, and hope that you drop yourself a Megalodon. With that, it ups your rates, and then you can start fishing your own stuff. And once you got the basics done, you come over to this place where real pain and suffering begins. I mean, it is fun. I say fun. What's the word? Different, because you can then learn to lava fish. And once you're lava fishing past level 27, you'll start pulling out mobs and you can start getting the new fancy slug boots, and it becomes a lot more complicated, but it is well worth it. It's where it becomes fun. Also, if you do combat, unlike me, it gets a little bit easier. Unfortunately, ooh, Christ almighty, I'm still struggling to do this. Winning. Get yourself in, get yourself upgrading, and guess what? Just enjoy the grind. And if you've got any questions, just log into my live and just ask me. I mean, I'm live pretty much every day, 8 p.m. UK time, and I'll see you in the next video.